FM, Fun City Radio FM, Success Radio, the Praise Life Morning Show. This is the Praise Life Morning Show. As I told you this morning, we'll be having a guest, MDP. Joshua 1:9 is what replay in my head every time I was faced with nearly impossible obstacles. My name is MDP. I'm from the East St. Louis. I had to be strong enough to fight my way out, and I had to be strong enough to stand up for what's right. For the longest time, I was part of a problem. I got mixed up with the wrong crowd, started abusing substance, and did not know what direction my life was going. By the grace of God, He came in and saved me from myself. He redeemed me by His grace and mercy. I was able to get my college education and started this musical journey. The song called Water is a living testimony of how I was lost and He found me. Now I make music to spread the glory of God and show how nothing is impossible for Him. Now, before I speak to MDP, there's a song called Water that we're going to play for you. And I know MDP is not Canadian, and this is supposed to be what you call strictly Canadian, but we make exceptions because we want to talk to MDP this morning. So here's a song, Water, right here on the Praise Life Morning Show.
In my window, at least I got a cardo. Reaching under my pillow for my Bible. Praying to God to save my soul. Time to lock the door. I done felt this once or twice before. Lord, can you stop the rain? I'm starting to feel the pain. This is how it all began. Withdrawal started kicking in. Who is this man? He better have a plan. I don't think he understand. I can't lose again. Yes, I can. James 5:14. What do you mean? Read my word and you'll understand. I felt this once or twice before. I can't comprehend. You telling me to be a man? I'm trying to be a friend. You don't understand. I'm full of sin. Pain. This is how it all began. So I'm forgiven? Only if you let me in. Welcome to this holy altar where God is big and I am smaller. Welcome to the living water where there is no worldly water. Welcome to where freedom reigns and inner
I just sent you the link.
Welcome to the sea of relief where you can rest your wings. Welcome to this holy altar where God is big and I am smaller. Welcome to the living water where there is no worldly water. I don't think you understand. I can't lose again. Yes, I can. James 5:14. What do you mean? The sea of relief where you can rest your wings. The card showed you death, but you played life. You were lost in the world, and I gave you sight. 3 hours past 12 in the middle of that fight. You gave up, and I gave you life. I hear you praying for your future wife. Best believe I'ma get you right. By the end of the night, we gon' win this fight. So trust in me, and it's gon' be alright. But it's too late, I messed up my life. I gave you grace and another slice. Today's the day you open your eyes. I don't deserve this, yes you do. How do you know this? 'Cause I know you. Welcome to this holy altar where God is big and I am smaller. Welcome to the living water where there is no worldly water. Welcome to where freedom reigns and inner peace is. Welcome to the sea of relief where you can rest your wings. Welcome to this holy altar where God is big and I am smaller. Welcome to the living water where there is no worldly water. Welcome to where freedom reigns and inner peace is. Welcome to the sea of relief where you can rest your wings. It's time for the nation to dig within. No more playing with sin. God's greatest angel couldn't contend. You be you, but Jesus coming again according to His plan. It's time for the revival to begin. Jesus is my profession, time to cultivate this blessing. Keep on pressing, got the enemy regressing. Prayer is the ultimate weapon. Doesn't that feel so refreshing? Pretty, 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 pretty butterfly. MVP on the rise. Now I'm in the sky with the most high. Feeling so divine. Man, I love the sunshine. This is my confession. I learned too many lessons. Now I'm on a tour bus to heaven. Stopping at every 7-Eleven. Picking up as many as I can. No more from the plane. It's time to begin.
Hello? Yeah, hold on. That was MDP right here on the Praise Life Morning Show. You want to see who MDP is, go across to uh, YouTube channel, Streaming Praise Radio, and you get an opportunity to see the young man. Good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am doing well. It is good to meet with you finally after we having a few conversations here and there. Let's jump right into the interview here. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your background, and what does MDP stands for?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm from East St. Louis, which I know this Canadian radio station, so you guys may not know much about East St. Louis, but East St. Louis is an impoverished area where there's crime running rapidly, and I grew up there, and at the time I grew up, it was like the murder capital of the USA, and I had a really, really rough childhood, decided to get my education, and was playing football, and football got me out of the hood, and then just found out like life got crazy and crazy through college. And then I got the nickname from football, Mufasa, which that was because I was the king of the field. And then it transitioned into my life to where when God came in and saved me, Mufasa died, and then MDP was born to where Mufasa deployed, to where I was reborn as a whole new creation in the Lord. So that's where the name comes from, and like just a little bit more about me.
Oh, so MDP is Mufasa the poet.
Yeah.
I got it. Now, you talked about the fact that you growing up as a rough childhood. What was the pull to that, that draw you into the wrong crowd, so to speak? What was it that caused you to want to go that direction?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It was because I had to think about this for the longest time in my life, because I didn't know I was with the wrong crowd until it was already too late. To where when I got to college and I saw that because back when I was in East St. Louis, I really didn't like fall into the crowd of doing drugs, alcohol, or gang activity or anything like that. But then when I got to college, I just saw the social atmosphere of it's okay to drink, it's okay to smoke, it's okay to go to parties, it's okay to do a lot of things that like society had made it okay, but it really wasn't okay, because I was watching myself slowly go downhill. And it was just like always wanting that to fit in, always wanting to just be the center of attention at these events and be known, to where I was looking for love in the wrong places. And it really was that pull of loneliness and emptiness in my heart, to where I really didn't know how lonely I was, and like how hurt and destroyed I was, because I was coping with drugs and alcohol, and I was trying to fit in pretty much. And I didn't know how wrong that was until God came to me while I was in my car, and he basically, like, we had a conversation. It was just a plain, hey, what's going on? How are you? What are you really doing? What do you look? The Lord was like, I got that. I got you. Like, just follow me. And then when I was in my car, I gave my life to Christ, and that's what the song "Water" is about. It's like when I start off with when I was in my car, and I got and I had that conversation with God, and then it was like I was off of life, and God was like, let me show you something right. So the way God showed me something that was different was He showed me love, flooded my life, full of people to come in, and just show genuine love that I never received before, and it was just amazing.
Awesome. I know we've been having some technical difficulties, and I want to ask the folks to bear with us for a minute. We're just trying to clear this matter up to make sure everything comes through just perfectly okay. So, was it a difficult thing coming off of substance abuse, and was there what advice would you give to those that are hooked on this kind of substance abuse?
It definitely is a difficult thing, because I've tried to get off substances before, and it didn't work out well, because I was suffering in silence, and I didn't know how important it is to have a support system, have people that love me, go to meetings, and just have a whole different lifestyle, because I was constantly in the wrong lifestyle. And like, just listening to God, He showed me that it is possible through the help of having an accountability partner, having a mentor, having my pastor come in, to where I've been cleaning off drugs for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been a journey. Every day is still a struggle, but it gets easier. It gets easier and easier. And I would just suggest people to don't suffer in silence, to reach out to your friends, your family for help. To where asking for help is the best advice I can give somebody to help them get off of substance. Because when you're suffering like that and you're in pain, you feel like no one loves you and you're alone and no one understands. But there's a lot of people out there who understands your position, who've been through what you've been through, and can help you get to a better place. And for me, I desperately wanted to get into a better place, because I was always in control of my life, and I wanted I wanted like what I wanted without the consequence of wanting what I wanted, and that's not how life works. So when it came down to it, I realized that what I wanted was wrong. And it took other people having genuine conversations and showing me genuine love to show me that that there's another way. And when I saw that, I was like, there's no way I'm going back. I'm fighting for this new life. I'm fighting for the Lord to continue to give me grace and mercy every day. I'm fighting to just enrich my life, and not have to live out of my car, not have to like live paycheck to paycheck, to where I'm no longer in control of my life and God is in control 100%, to where I would suggest also that people have an intimate relationship with the Lord, because that will help out so much more.
So tell me, based on what you're saying to me right now, it seems that you knew about God before all this started happening to you.
Yeah. And that's the crazy part. I knew of a worldly God. I didn't know who God was. And it took him coming to me to realize that it's a relationship. It's not I go to church every Sunday, I do this, I do this, because there's no works that can get you into heaven. To where he came down, he explained that to me, and I was like, wow, I can talk to you freely. You speak my language. You communicate with me. Like this is crazy. This is beautiful. I love it. Like you're not a dead God to have to please. You're a living God that I can walk with every day. I can talk with. I can take notes. And just recently, I went to a leadership conference in Luke 18 in Kansas City, Illinois, and they gave me more resources to have a conversation with God, to have an intimate relationship with him, to actually get to know him by reading his word, to where it wasn't a drag to know him. It wasn't like, oh man, I gotta go spend time with him. It was like, I'm excited to go spend time with you, Lord. I'm excited to see what you're doing in my life, see how you can use me to help others. And before, I was running from him, honestly, straight honest. I was running from him because he had a call on my life, and I didn't want that call. I wanted what I wanted for me. And I never understood the call because I didn't know him. And now that I understand the call, I'm living for him 100%, and I'm all in. You know what I mean?
Right. So really and truly, then, no one really led you to Christ per se. You just had your own personal encounter with God.
Right. I've had people who explain God to me in their perspective, but it never registered to me. It never clicked, and it was never 1 + 1 = 2. It was always 1 + 1 equals left in a blank. Because I was like, okay, I read, I'm intelligent, I know this, like, and not gonna lie, I was cocky and arrogant about the whole situation, but I was lost, to where I thought I knew everything to know. And when people was telling me about him, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I know this, I don't need you to tell me this, I know this already. When that I didn't know anything about God. I thought it was rituals, I thought it was this, and I was like, now I understand who God really is. Because he's shown himself to me, and he made it very clear that it's like, yo, he's living. And once I figured out he was a living God and I could be with him every day, it changed the whole dynamic of how I thought about God, how I wanted to go to church, how I wanted to make music, how I wanted to just eat lunch or cook a meal, to where it was just a whole beautiful revelation.
So, talking about making music, were you making music before, or you started after your encounter with God?
I'm so glad you asked that, because this is the crazy part. So I was living out of my car, and I was still having a conversation with God, because he came to me and I was like, I'm still like asking questions to this. And one of my friends, he invited me to watch his performance, and I didn't know that the performance was at a festival. And I went to the festival and I was like, wow, this stage is calling to me. And this stage was like literally calling to me. And I was like, no way I'm be on this stage, but I want to be on the stage. And I got on the stage, and my car didn't start, which was the first crazy part. So I was like, yo, I'm stuck here. I'm homeless. I don't got nowhere to go. What do I do? And the Lord was like, yo, you ain't leaving until you perform. And I'm like, I've never touched the stage before. And I got up there and I just messed around, freestyling a little bit, and just making fun of it. But then when I got on that stage, it was like people pushed me to the stage, and I performed with 12 other band members and stuff, and I freestyle rap, and I was like, wow, what is this feeling? Dude, what is this feeling I never felt before? And it was a feeling of belonging and love. And I was like, no way, Lord, this is real. And he started having another conversation with me. He was like, yeah, this is real. And I was like, why do I feel this? And he was like, because this is your purpose, this is your plan, this is what I got for you. And I was like, okay, it's starting to make sense, because it didn't make sense before, because I tried other things and it never really registered. And then once I realized that this was God talking to me even more clearly, I was like, what do I do next? He was like, get sober, continue to follow me. And I was like, why? And God answered very clearly. He said, because your fans deserve the best of you. And I was like, oh, Lord, you got me. And after that, I was just like, all right. I just started listening, and then I got opportunities to be around more musicians. I got a full ride scholarship to John A. Logan College, and to study music. And I got an apartment, and just got my life back. I got my life back, and the Lord was slowly like bring my professors came in and was like, here's a keyboard. Here's a free keyboard because we believe in you. Here is a laptop here because we believe in you. We believe that you can make music. Talent, and they pushed me to the point to where I've never had people supporting me. And when I had that love and support, I was like, there's no way I can't do it. So I actually performed last weekend, my first time performing water publicly at the school, and it was amazing. And I felt that feeling again, and I was like, Lord, now I know I'm on the right path, and I just got to continue to live for you. And the song "Water" is just an expression, just a conversation to the world of saying, hey, we've been living like worldly for the longest time. It's now time to live for God. Because what he's done for me, he could do for you. My heart was broken, he healed it. I had no food, he gave food. I didn't have love, and he gave love. And I was so like, I gave up on myself, and he came in and was like, nah, I didn't give up on you. And that song "Water" is just a expression of that. And when it all comes down to it, it's just the beginning. To where that's why in this last part of the song, it's time to begin. That's where that comes from.
So, is this your first gospel song that you've written?
Yes, this is my first song I've ever written, performed, ever like produced, all of that. To where the first ever song like officially. To where before that, I didn't have the musical talent or ability or even the courage before God came in to do this. Like, that's the crazy part. I didn't even see myself writing a song. But then the Lord just kept coming in and was like, hey, you could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Here's the tools. And I was like, let's go.
So now, as we wrap up here on this interview, how can people find your information? Are you on any social media? Like, how can they find stuff about your music and things like that?
Okay, you guys can find me on Instagram, Mufasa the Poet, MDP, and you can find me on Facebook as well, Mufasa the Poet, and SoundCloud, and it's like you can get in contact with me there. My music will be released. I'm working on an album now, so guys, look out for it. It is going to be amazing.
So when are we expecting the album?
Right now, it's in the works. There's no time limit, but I'm thinking the release of like the beginning of next summer.
The next summer. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Listen, man, before I let you go, there's somebody out there who's listening who might have been on drugs or struggling with some kind of substance abuse, whatever it may be. Even food, overeating is part of an abuse to the body as well. What would you say to someone like that?
I would say, I love you. First off, God loves you, and don't give up. Don't give up. You're not alone, and that people care about you, and don't ever forget the good people who've been there for you. I know life has beat you down, but you can get back up, and you can pray to God. And I'm gonna tell you this right here: God always answers prayers. And you can pray to him and ask anything, and he can help you out to where don't give up.
Amen. Mufasa the Poet, MDP, we appreciate you. We thank you for sharing your story with us this morning. Looking forward for some more great music from you, and may God continue to bless you.
Thank you, thank you.
We're going to go out again with that same song, Water, as we play this out. And once again, thank you so much for being with us right here on the Praise Life Morning Show.
Heavy raindrops on my window, at least I got a cardo. Reaching under my pillow for my Bible, praying to God to save my soul. Time to lock the door, I done felt this once or twice before. Lord, can you stop the rain? I'm starting to feel the pain. This is how it all began. Withdrawal started kicking in. Who is this man? He better have a plan. I don't think he understand. I can't lose again. Yes, I can. James 5:14. What do you mean? Read my word and you'll understand. But I can't comprehend. You telling me to be a man? Nah, I'm trying to be a friend. You don't understand. I'm full of sin, but I'm the fisherman man. So I'm forgiven? Only if it's a win. Welcome to the God is giving welcome to the living water. There is no world water. Welcome to where freedom reigns and inner peace is. Welcome to the sea of belief where you can rest your wings. Welcome to his holy altar where God is big and I am smaller. Welcome to the living water where there is no world water. Welcome to where freedom reigns and inner peace is. Welcome to the sea of belief where you can rest your wings. The card showed you death, but you played life. You were lost in the world, and I gave you sight. 3 hours past 12 in the middle of that fight. You gave up, and I gave you life. I hear you praying for your future wife. Best believe I'ma get you right. By the end of the night, we gon' win this fight. So trust in me, and it's gon' be alright. But it's too late, I messed up my life. I gave you grace and another slice. Today's the day you open your eyes. I don't deserve this, yes you do. How do you know this? 'Cause I know you. Welcome to his holy altar where God is big and I am smaller. Welcome to the living water where there is no worldly water. Welcome to where freedom reigns and inner peace is. Welcome to the sea of belief where you can rest your wings. Welcome to his holy altar where God is big and I am smaller. Welcome to the living water where there is no worldly water. Welcome to where freedom reigns and inner peace is. Welcome to the sea of belief where you can rest your wings. It's time for the nations to dig within. No more playing with sin. God's greatest angel couldn't contend. You be you, but Jesus coming again according to his plan. It's time for the revival to begin. Jesus, my profession. Time to cultivate this blessing. Keep on pressing. Got the enemy regressing. Prayer is the ultimate weapon. Doesn't that feel so refreshing? Pretty, 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 pretty butterfly. MDP on the rise. Now I'm in the sky with the most high. Feeling so divine. Man, I love the sunshine. This is my confession. I learned too many lessons. Now I'm on a tour bus to heaven. Stopping at every 7-Eleven. Picking up as many as I can. No more running from his plan. It's time to begin.
SPR Live FM, Fun City Radio FM, Success Radio, the Praise Live.